Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday the 16th of June 2016. So yesterday we see the market opening and then a bit of volatility just after the open before prices actually give a potential buy signal, which we see there. We've got the industrial production figures to be released here and then the crude oil report at 3:30. So we're okay for a while. We've got a medium impact news item, so not too much of a problem. The order is filled. The market then moves up towards the scalp just before we get the crude oil figures, which then were released at 3:30. These came out better than forecast as well, but then you see the market's reaction there. You can see the market moving higher, and then from there really it was a matter of waiting for the Federal Reserve statement. So I'm going to fast forward. See the market pulling back there, and then we get into the sideways move as we wait for the Fed's decision on interest rates. This came out as expected, and that was no increase, rates to remain the same. The market attempts to move higher. There's a sort of sensory relief for the stock market, but then there's the credibility issue, which I have spoken of many times over the last few weeks, and the realization that central bankers have lost control really of the system. Even though they've controlled it for a while, they've lost the control of and confidence of the market. So we see prices trading sideways. Yellen then starts to speak at 7:30, and that signal there of course is invalid, as well as the previous one because of the announcement, and then Yellen at her press conference, which could move the markets. The market came up, it didn't hit the stop, and then we see the market moving lower thereafter. So let's take a look and see what the market's reaction has been so far on the overnight session. So we see the market moving sharply lower in the latter part of the evening session, and now you can see the market's continuing to move lower. And again, this is probably better seen on the daily chart, and we're now heading back down towards that 17,397 area that the market has found support since March and been trailing in that sideways move. Notice also each time the market's come back up, it's really struggling to get anywhere near to these all-time highs. I thought the market would have used that opportunity during the last week to attempt to move up, but of course the economic news wasn't as good as forecast, and for whatever reason it looks like south is the only way now. We've got the increase in volume. We did get a move up yesterday morning, all the way up until the Fed announcement. The market moved higher, as I said it would in yesterday morning's market alert, based upon the price action of Tuesday, and then yesterday the market moving higher and then coming off, and now we're heading back down to there. We've got the increase in volume as well, and it looks like to me that the only way this market's going, or the direction it's going now, is to the downside, and you'll probably see that accelerate through from today and tomorrow. News-wise, what have we got to actually drive the markets? There's all sorts here. We've got the UK interest rate today, Philly Fed current account, CPI is also due out today. You see that's showing less again. The Fed wants inflation, but it's not getting it. Carney's speaking at 9 p.m, so we can ignore what he has to say as well, because he really has a major credibility problem when he comes to forecasting what the economy is going to do, and also what he intends to do, because he's never actually followed through yet on anything that he's promised to do. But nothing at 2:30 onwards during the trading session, only Carney at 9 p.m. So the market's got to make its own direction, and certainly the sell side is going to be the better side for the market as we go forward. The implied volatility for yesterday dropped slightly, 15.25, but watch this start to accelerate now as we see the underlying market find no reason to move higher, and prices moving sharply lower. As I've always said, it's a staircase up, but an elevator or lift to the downside very quickly. Prices can deteriorate. Of course, the only other thing to keep in mind is the Brexit vote, which is a week today. So the market might just hold slightly, but it doesn't really impact on America, irrespective of what Obama said when he came home championing Cameron's cause. So again, we'll see. But personally, I can't see the Brexit issue being too much for the Americans. Most Americans are not too familiar with what goes on outside of America, and that's not a criticism. It's because the US is so vast and their news networks are so insular that most Americans tend not to know what's actually going on in other parts of the world. So again, I don't really see the Brexit thing holding the US market and supporting it, but certainly they'll attempt to try and do that here and within Europe, of course, until a week tomorrow when we get the first indications of whether there is going to be an exit or not. Right, that's it for today. I will report in if there's anything else to bring to your attention. Other than that, have a good day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.